Hello everybody, my name is Spring Games and welcome to Unbeatable, an indie rhythm game that you guys suggested en masse, and I saw that Jamie Page played it and she said it was really good. So I'm very eager to see what is up. And that is an extremely attractive woman right there. Anyways, hi, what's up? Rhythm games have always been a genre I've been fascinated by. I haven't played many, mainly just Friday Night Funkin' due to how easy it is to access. But damn, if there's not so many projects in the rhythm game genre that look awesome. Rip the Necrodancer, Rhythm Heaven, Scratch and Melody, though that one isn't out yet. But there was one that I heard about and played recently, and this game changed me. Very few games have changed me as a person. Many shows have, but not many games. Yet this game did. And that game is Unbeatable.
Mic check.
Unbeatable is this beautiful rhythm adventure game made by the folks at D-Cell Games. And it's been in development for like 8 years, that's insane. In this world, music is illegal, meaning that this takes place in the same universe as Coco. And fun fact, the character Penny is actually Boo, all grown up. But since music is outlawed, the character you play as, Beat, doesn't give a fuck and plays music anyways with the help of her new band featuring Quaver, Treble, and Clef. And as you play music, you commit crimes and beat up cops, which makes this game based as all hell. I first heard of this game, I believe in 2023 or 2024. I remember seeing it in a State of Play, I believe. It might have been Game Awards, I can't remember, I'll put it up on screen. Anyways, when I saw it, I thought this game looked really cool and I was excited for it. I then forgot about it until I decided to randomly browse a Blue Sky account, which today I chose to browse Jamie Page. And in it, she mentioned the game Unbeatable, talking about how this might be the best game she's ever played in terms of how to make her feel, which got me interested in the game. Checked it out on Steam, which made me remember I've seen this game before. I then got even more hyped for this game when Jamie Page had a song in the game. So I bought it with some Christmas money a few weeks later, and over the next few days, I played it quite a lot. I knew one day I had to make a video about it, and today is that day. Now this video is going to be a bit different from the previous video essay of mine as well. There's nothing to rank. So instead, I'm going to be talking about this game in sections. So, why don't we finish up this intro and begin the first section, which is... Yeah, I figured if I were to cover everything, starting with White Label made the most sense. White Label is a short little side game that released a few years before the main game. Basically just includes a few of the songs from base game like Proper Rhythm, Waiting, Forever Now, etc. It's a small fun package that includes just a few songs so people could try out the gameplay for themselves. Nothing really much more to the section, I just figured I should mention it at least a bit. Anyways, let's move on to the real first section, which is... a game with a story and a genre that usually doesn't have one within it? Fuck yeah! And I'll be honest, I think Unbeatable has one of the best story modes for a game I've ever played. For this, I think it only makes sense to go chapter by chapter, so let's do that. We begin in chapter 1 with A Beautiful Morning With You. We open on this rock star, Eve, and her band about to perform their final show. This immediately shows how much fun and care is put into this game. There's so many interactable elements in this small area alone. There's a stickle wall here, a dead guy over there, you can interact with every food stall in this area, it's great. This is a pretty perfect opener, especially when we actually head on stage, where we get this gorgeous animation of the show, and eventually the camera lands on this girl who bears a striking resemblance to Eve. Then we get to an older version of the same girl, and this pink-haired fucker laying under a tree named Beat, with this blue-haired girl being Quaver. The two quickly form a bond, and after a run-in with this cop guy Crest, head out of the house where we see even more fun NPCs and things to interact with. And Beat almost kills a child. Don't make a FNAF joke, don't make a FNAF joke, don't make a FNAF joke. And Quaver convinces Beat to come with her to the place where her mom, who is Eve, who I guessed, performed her last show to perform herself for her mom's birthday. But the whole place is in ruin. God damn it, I made a FNAF joke. There have been cops stationed around a lot of places. I doubt it matters. Quaver begins to play her music when, oh, that's a gun. Oh, that's a demon. Now, Beat has no choice but to fight these demons, which are called the Silents, not only to survive, but to escape the cops. They use the Silents as a distraction, and her and Quaver get the hell out of there with the cops in hot pursuit on the highway, eventually escaping by jumping off a ramp, now being fugitives, and only having each other now. Finally, at the end, we get a glimpse of Crest and this detective guy, DC, talking with this Rest girl, who seems to be the leader of Harm, which is to force to make sure nobody's playing music and so the silence doesn't appear. And that's where the chapter ends. This chapter is an amazing introduction to the game, and I love the unique gameplay style seen during the police chase. That even though I suck at it, it's really fun and shows how much passion and style this game has. And it also helps that the music absolutely slaps, but like, of course it does, it's a rhythm game. I think that's priority number one. The world building of this place, while we don't truly get to see it for a few chapters, it lays down a good foundation here. And the mystery regarding what went down at the concert and what the Silents are, which we are led to believe come from music, but we'll see soon. All the beautiful hand-drawn animation is really nice to look at, and the animation only gets more impressive. The second episode, Perfect Free, I think might be my favorite one. We get introduced to the Rocker siblings Treble and Clef, and both are really good characters, though I'll bring them up more in a more character-centric section. Beat and Quaver try to break them out of jail, but fail, and each of the members get interrogated by DC, the detective guy from before. But there's one other character we meet in this episode, being Penny. And I don't think it's that unpopular of an opinion to say, God, I need her carnally. But her knowledge on these silence dampeners to help the group escape the Harm prison is suspicious that she knows so much. But I'll let it slide because she's hot. During the episode as well, we get to see Beat's dreams, being in this void with shadow versions of her, and she's reminiscing on old memories. I won't touch too much on these here, as I want to save them for a later portion of the story, but put a little bookmark here. This episode ends with probably my favorite sequence in the whole damn game, tied with the ending. After exploding a hole through the building to escape, Beat ties the cords of her Walkman on her laces, and begins to fucking grind on the rails of the prison, jumping everywhere and dodging bullets before reaching the helipad and having a showdown with DC. After that, you catch up with the rest of the group and head onto the train, only to be shortly pursued by the cops and their drone thingies. So everyone sets up their instruments, and holy shit, this sequence is so fucking cool. Waiting is such a good song for this part, it sounds so good. And the whole thing with you knocking back the drones, fist fighting a fist, and the animation of Beat fucking jumping through the train to take down the giant silence is just, oh, it's so beautiful. I love this section of the game so much. I love the new gameplay style this chapter brings, with the baseball and grinding sections. They're so damn fun. And the small minigames are something. But this or episode 6 are easily the highlights of the game for me. We then get to episode 3, Hybrid Rainbow. The gang, after the train crashes, end up in a sewer, and after escaping the next day, Treble and Clef just dip to deal with their own problems. And after that though, we get introduced to the duo of Poco and Apoko, who literally just torment Beat and Quaver. Mostly Quaver. They are fun antagonists for this more lower stakes chapter, with it being mainly focused on Beat and Quaver's relationship and whether they can form a band, which they end up doing. Hell, you get to make a poster, and I think mine is pretty cool. I focus on the most important part of the band. This chapter is a lot more open than the previous two, having way more places for you to check out. You can talk to the guy at the convenience store with either Quaver or Treble with you. You get different dialogue depending on who you enter first with. You can graffiti sides to cover up Harm posters. You can do these little scenic mini games which get you some really nice music and scenic views of the landscape. And speaking of the music, the little tune that plays when you enter the beach area for the first time, ooh, it sounds so damn good. One of my favorite tracks in the game. And finally, there's the side quest of... I'll talk about you later. Also, yeah, you get introduced to side quests now, like the bartender minigame, which is pretty fun. But anyways, after getting tormented enough by the Poco twins, you meet up with Treble and Clef and devise a plan to distract Harm so you are able to put on your show. After breaking into the Harm facility, grabbing a boombox and beating up some cops, you go and make your escape through this fucking Lego movie tunnel ass shit, I don't know what this is supposed to be, and put on the performance and beat up the Poco twins, and this solidifies the band as an actual unit now. All four of you now in this together. This is a really good episode. While it's a bit more laid back than Perfect Free, I still think it does a really damn good job at delving deeper into these characters. For example, since the beginning, Quaver told us that she wanted to recreate these photos of her parents that she has. And you get one in the concert hall in episode 1, and a train in episode 2. And in episode 3, you're able to go to all these remaining locations and snap photos. I think it's really sweet and shows what a great bond Quaver and Beat has. But anyways, the next episode, All Wanting All Feeling, is similar to the last one, being laid back, but with way more extra stuff to do. There's so many places to go and check out. Little side quests to do, like the spawn with the vacuum machines in arcade, the school, jumping across these cars, etc. It's all really fun. It expands on the world so much, but it also just has a lot of great jokes, like this sign right here. This is great. But anyways, back to the actual story. Beat and the gang are just cruising along in life, making more songs, beating cops, destroying silence dampeners, the usual. But then Penny shows up again and offers to help produce their songs into an album, using her studio she magically has for some reason. But the songs, they sound good, yeah, but they don't sound correct. Nobody besides Beat is on board because Beat is gay as fuck for Penny. I mean, who wouldn't be? And after a big fight Beat has with her band, she walks off and sees Penny's studio blow up. Penny's saying they found her, and now she wants to take the fight directly to the center of harm. This episode is just really relaxing for the most part. It's the most open and has great character moments. Each member of the band gets their own time to chill with Beat, and I adore her and Quaver's interactions here. It's all so great. But I'll delve more into the characters later, like I said. The next episode, All There Is To It, is practically a boss rush. It's you and Penny infiltrating Harm Tower, where you beat up Crest first and foremost, and after traveling up some floors, seeing some weird machines, with notes by someone called Sforzando. Weird. But eventually you reach an elevator, which Penny activates, and she asks you to do the same once you reach the top. But uh-oh, DC and the Poco twins all attack you at once, and I think this is my favorite boss fight in the whole game. Proper Rhythm is such a banger-ass song, and it's really tense and quite difficult. I adore it. But anyways, after you knock them off and get to the top with Penny, you enter the Zero moment, which shows the concert cutscene at the start of the game, like it's a portal. Penny goes over to activate something and...
Let me know how this feels.
Penny's a bad guy? Oh, hello there. Penny reveals her true self to be Sforzando, the lead scientist of Harm, and she finally explains what the Silents truly are. They are holes in the universe, a blank space. They are only what they are given, as Penny herself describes it. If you don't tell the cops they can shoot the Silents, the bullets will work. They are only what they are given. If that makes sense. It's like fucking Puka Lives. I probably got that wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what the Silents are. And it's also revealed that Beat is a 99% match with the Silents. Nobody has ever gotten that high, so that's why Sforzando has been so interested in you. She wants to know what you're made of. And after a scuffle with her, she sends Beat careening through the floor, and you end up in this graveyard under the Harm Tower, where Rest happens to be. And her and Beat have a beatdown, both of them ending up exhausted. Sforzando once again shows up and is about to shoot Beat, but Beat ain't having none of that, and beats her senseless. But right as Beat's about to probably kill her, she's stopped by Quaver, with Treble and Clef close behind. Both of them wondering what Beat did to Sforzando before Quaver chooses to finally go home with Rest, who is the owner of the house Quaver lives in. And if you didn't realize, the Rest was the third person on stage during Eve's final alongside Quaver's parents. This episode drops so many damn bombshells, I love it so much. Sforzando is such a damn good villain. Penny was already one of my favorites, but her turning out to be this evil mad scientist, ooh, I want her even more now. The reveal of what the Silents truly were was amazing. I absolutely love what they teased with Beat's character here, which you learn more about in the final episode. A Young Girl Plays a Song is, in my opinion, one of the best endings to a game ever. Like, I'm so damn serious, dude. We start off with seeing Quaver absolutely destroy her TV, and then she disappears, and Beat's once again under the tree you saw her at the beginning of the game. And Rest informs her that Quaver has gone to the middle of this weird nothingness storm thing. You must go back to all the previous places and help snap some sense into people you've faced throughout your adventure. First, you help Crest learn to finally man up and quit Harm, which he has been wanting to do for a while, realizing how awful Harm is. Then you meet up with Treble and Clef, who seem to be doing fine, but have been worried about Beat, but I'll get more info on Beat later. You then help the Poco twins, tell them that they can start giving a shit about what they make and begin doing stuff for themselves. Next up, DC, who you can't fully convince, but you do an epic car chase, and that's cool. Throughout all this, you have conversations with Rest about how she felt during the whole situation. How she was in love with Eve, and how she never got to reciprocate those feelings, due to Eve dying from the Silents first forming at the last concert and being shot by a cop or something. finally go and helps Forzando, who seems to be doing just dandy actually.
Whoa, are we inside my brain right now? It's big.
And Rest actually goes in with you this time. Forzando lore dumps and then explains why the silents are particularly attracted to music. It's because the silents are what you feel like they should be. They are basically a feeling, something you cannot control, and music itself is feeling. She says that she isn't the cause of this nothingness spreading everywhere. She thought it was Beat, but it's clear that wasn't her. This leaves only one person, Quaver. Throughout this chapter, we've seen multiple flashbacks of Beat's life before the final concert fiasco. She was working a dead-end job she was late for, she was kicked off her band, even her partner at the time agreed. She constantly had to check up on her moms at the hospital and miss things, and she hated it. Her life was in ruin. She wasn't paying her bills, she was an utter mess. All she had was music, which her mom taught her as she grew up. The person Beat loved most was her mother. And once she died, it made her truly lose most of what made her herself. The last conversation she had with her mother was a fight. She lost what she thought was the one good thing in her life, and it changed Beat. But once she met Quaver and formed Unbeatable, she truly became something again. She had something to fight for, something to be. So when she finds Quaver once again at the concert hall alone, consumed by nothingness, she finally accepts her past self and knows what to do. She begins to play the song as she approaches the place. The song played by Eve at the final concert, and begins to run towards Quaver to reach her. And once she finally does, she has a talk with her. Quaver misses her mom so much. She has this whole time, thinking the pictures would help, but it didn't. She just wants to feel nothing now. Beat tells her the pain won't go away, but the love she had for her will always stay and be there to comfort her. So Quaver finally breaks out of nothingness and begins to run to center stage, with Beat running as well as they fight their way to the center. They begin to honor Eve's death and put on a concert, the one she never got to finish. The whole band does. The whole final song gets me so emotional. Bookend Song is such an amazing final song, and the whole scene with it is so great. Beat and Quaver's character arcs finally fully being complete. Learning to move on and stop holding on to the past, the ending to this game is just perfect. I have zero complaints. It's impossible for me to fully describe how amazing this ending is. You have to play it to truly see what I mean. Which you all should. This game is so amazing. It delves into issues that I myself have struggled with, wondering if you're truly good enough, and how to stop feeling like nothing. Issues I've struggled with on and off for years, finally learning to overcome them. I love the look of Beat's memories. They have this low poly jittery look to them, and I don't know if this is intentional, but it makes the memories come off as like foggy in a way. It's such a good way of communicating that. Unbeatable is one of the most amazing games I've ever played, and everyone should play it. It's so worth the money I paid for it, and it's just so damn fun. Ooh boy, character talk. I can talk these characters all day, but sadly I don't have all day, so I'll talk for like 15 minutes instead. I don't know how long this section will be yet. Obviously, we have to start off with Beat herself, and she is just an amazing protagonist. Her pretty tragic and self-deprecating past, hating who she used to be before music became illegal, and finally learning to love every part of herself thanks to the help of her band and her enjoyment of playing music with them was great. I also love her give no fucks attitude. Like, she will just beat up a cop if they are in her way. She's so damn badass. But Beat is only one half of the main characters, the other being my daughter Quaver. I love her so much. She is so damn adorable throughout the game. Just wanting to be able to honor her mother, to play in a band like she did before her passing, and finally getting her wish, only to lose it at the end and lose her mind, basically becoming nothing, just like Beat did years ago, only for Beat to finally rescue her. I won't dive into it again, I did so 4 minutes ago, but this is an amazing showcase of their characters. There's so many moments between these two characters, which is great. Like the scene in the laundromat, after the Poco twins burned the photo, listening to the demo tape for one of Eve's songs together, it's all so good. One of my favorite details with these regards the instruments they carry. Beat, during most of the game, carries around a blue microphone, and Quaver carries around a pink guitar case, perfectly reflecting each other in a really neat way. I adore this detail a lot. These two are just amazing leads. The other two members of the band are also pretty damn good. Clef is probably my least favorite as a main four, just by process of elimination, but she is still a really damn good character. Having a more outgoing and loud character is perfect for a game like this, especially when the other three are more quiet and have a force of not exactly positivity, but extrovertedness, I guess, is great. And Treble being the exact opposite is amazing. I think Treble is my favorite voice performance in the whole game. The way Noodle delivers Treble's lines so deadpan is just so funny to me. He has some of my favorite lines in the game.
Can't look down, though.
Excuse me?
It's like if you have huge boobs and you try to look at your feet, can't see your feet. And the building is like the boobs, so we could be the feet.
Wow.
It is making me miserable that I can't poke holes in that.
And I love his relationship with Beat especially. Dude is just actually the chillest man alive. He is so cool. And I love the fact he just doesn't got an arm. It's a neat fact that took me until Clef mentioned in episode 3 for me to notice. The rest of the characters, for the most part, I don't have much to say on. Crest is a fun character to have as an antagonist. I love the way he stumbles over himself and his inner conflict at the end I can relate with. DC and the Poco twins, I have even less to say on. They really don't do much, especially DC. But they serve really well as the antagonist for their chapters, and as I mentioned before, I loved their boss fight in Chapter 5. Rest is an extremely good overlooming threat throughout the whole game. She is such a broken and tragic character. With, as I mentioned before, she was in love with Eve, but never even got to tell her. Due to the concert going south, her being the only survivor alongside Quaver during that concert, that we know of at least, so she just had to look after Quaver, while dealing with the responsibility of being the leader of harm. I wouldn't be shocked if she literally just wants to rest and relax, which I guess she gets to at the end of the game. But for Zondo, it's legit a three-way tie between Beat, Quaver, and her on my favorite character in this game. I absolutely love the way she starts off calm, but as soon as she puts on the lab coat, her eccentric, threatening personality is on full force. I love her chemistry with Beat, which can only be described as toxic fury. She is just such an amazing semi-final protagonist with a beautiful design, amazing rivalry with the main protagonist. God, I could go on, but I think if I did, I'd just be saying she's hot over and over and over. So let's move on from characters now and head on to... I can't talk about a rhythm game without having a section dedicated to the music. Every track in this game slaps so damn hard. I've put nearly every vocal track on my playlist because they all sound so damn good. None of them really feel all that samey either. They all have something that makes them distinct. So real quick, I'm going to highlight a couple of my favorite tracks. This part will be very repetitive, but I want to play some of my favorite songs, so listen to my bullshit. Starting off, we have the ending track to episode 1, Retune. Bang is a really fun track with a damn good rhythm to it. Then we got Waiting from the end of episode 2. My favorite background track, like I mentioned before in this game, is easily Homework Soup. Cop Trauma is pretty good, but I'm shouting it out here specifically because I want to show the fact I spelled ACAB on the arcade mode screen for it. And then there's Dial Tone.
Looking through the glass inside of my head, I've never felt so restless.
Memorize has always been one of my absolute favorites.
I say the lines, the syllables, got it memorized so I can make you stop. You treat me like a criminal, so why shouldn't I treat you like you're a cop?
Yeah. It's a more atmospheric track, but I think it sounds really damn good. Jumping In is another amazing one.
I'm so goddamn tired all the time, yo. And I'm not even awake. I'm sleeping in 2 ways.
I love the instrumental Forever Now. It's probably one of my favorite instrumentals in the game. Empty Diary and Future People do slightly blend together in my mind, and I don't know why, but both are really damn good. Mirror has some really damn good vocals.
Despite the dark out there, there's a line we share that goes through all of the doubt we tell ourselves that we can't bear.
Proper Rhythm, all there is to it, is I think my second favorite in the whole game. I adore how it sounds so damn fun, and it wiggles into my head a lot. Silent Spire sounds so damn good with its instrumental. It conveys so many emotions within it. Bookend song as well, an amazing bookend to the whole game. I love how they incorporate brain poison into the song. It's so good.
I can't stand it, it's brain poison. My mind unravels when I toy with the thoughts it gives me. Leave me wishing it leaves me. It leaves.
Worn Out Tapes Tally Ho is one of the best remixes to a song in this game. It eclipses the original for me. Square Up is a Jamie Page song, so of course it's absolute peak.
Square up, but I'm tired of waiting. Can you say something I don't already know? Square up, 'cause the daylight is fading, and life too fast, so you just gotten slow.
But I think my favorite song in the whole game has to be Loser.
Still she says I don't know her, I just don't know her. Nobody you gotta worry about. Who goes on she's lying, but I ask her why. And the words are pathetic, spilling out my mouth.
Man, I love this one so damn much. The chorus is constantly stuck in my head and I don't want it out of there at all. Basically what I'm saying here is, go listen to the music if you haven't, it's generally all so good. There's so many other tracks I didn't list here, but you should listen to them all, especially every track in this video right here, which I'll list in the description. Usually rhythm games have pretty similar gameplay, which is just a Friday Night Funkin'. But there are more unique takes on it, like Parappa or Rhythm Doctrine, the previous mentioned Rhythm Heaven. And Unbeatable isn't exactly unique, it's basically just Muse Dash. But that doesn't mean it's not fun. A big problem I have with most rhythm games are the charts are too damn hard and note spammy. Once again, Friday Night Funkin'. But this one is a perfect blend of challenge and fun. All you do in this game is press 2 buttons, F and D, or left and right click, or whatever you set it to hit back the silence. Sometimes you gotta hold notes and hit other silence while holding notes. Sometimes you gotta whack a fucker till he dies. The main gameplay loop of the silent rhythm sections is, in my opinion, really damn fun. It's why I keep coming back to the arcade mode. Oh yeah, this game has an arcade mode that's really fleshed out, with characters you can switch between, unique songs exclusive to it, you can have any background from any part of the story mode, and sometimes even unique difficulties, and it even has custom song support, so you can put in any song that is whitelisted and allowed into the game, which is fucking awesome. Look, I can play Sneaky Snitch. But fighting silence isn't the only gameplay style. As I mentioned during the story section, there's actually quite a few. The most prevalent being fighting. Occasionally you're gonna have to beat down the cops, and it's honestly really satisfying to do this. I love beating them up, even if I'm not the best at it. Episode 1 through 3 all introduced a new style of gameplay in its ending section, with Episode 1 having the police chase, Episode 2 having the grind mail section where you jump from rail to rail and dodge bullets, and Chapter 3 having the stealth section where you jump around the harm building. But those are the only new ones that get introduced. Episode 1 has a small jump rope one, and this isn't challenging, but it's a fun little minigame. You have these graffiti sections where you defile harm signs, which is awesome. My absolute favorite, aside from beating up Silence, has to be Whacktown. The gameplay style of hitting the baseballs is so damn fun, and I absolutely adore how satisfying it is. And Whacktown has the single hardest song in the whole game, with Swing. This damn ball machine is firing at you like a rifle and doesn't let up. It genuinely took me hours to beat. I didn't do this in my most recent playthrough, but I do have a stream clip of my 3 AM stream I did trying to complete this, so I'll put it here. Oh. Did I win? Did I win? Did I win? Did I win? Oh my god. Oh my god, I did it! Oh my fucking god! Fuck you! Fuck this stupid goddamn ball game! Oh my fucking god! Fuck that! Fuck that! Oh my fucking Christ! Anyway, this is all to say, this game is some of the most fun rhythm gameplay I've ever played in a game. And I can't wait to see what custom charts people make down in the future. Despite what I've been saying the past like 30 minutes, this game is not perfect, as the title implies. I love this game, but it does have a few issues. And that's fine, no game is perfect, unless you are Pokepark 2 Wonders Beyond for the Nintendo Wii. But no game can be that, and that's okay. Anyways, my biggest nitpick with this game is how they handle text boxes. I don't know if this was intentional or was just my copy, but occasionally voice lines will overlap each other and sometimes not even play. I know not every line in the game has a voice line, but sometimes in the middle of a cutscene with a lot of voice acting, one line will just randomly not play. I assume this isn't intentional due to how often it happens, but it's something I noticed quite a lot in my playthrough. Then I had the game freeze for me one time in Chapter 4, and another time in Chapter 4, I glitched around on top of the arcade machine, and yeah, I think those are my only complaints besides that. This game is pretty damn good. I didn't encounter any sort of game-breaking bug aside from the one freeze I mentioned before. It's solid as hell. There's a reason this game has become one of my most treasured games ever. I love absolutely everything about it. It's so damn good. I genuinely think it was the best new game I played last year. Granted, I didn't play many, but all of them were pretty good, yet none of them have beat this one that came swinging at the last second. I adore this game to death. If you haven't played this game, you really should give it a shot. I know I kind of just spoiled everything for it, but you have to have the experience for yourself. It's absolutely one of the most amazing games I've ever played. One of the best stories I've ever seen. It's some of the most fun gameplay I've ever experienced. There's just truly no experience like it. You can just feel the amount of passion oozing out of this game everywhere. Screw GTA 6, give this game of the year, Jeff, come on, I know you can do it. I wish the absolute best for the folks at D-Cell Games. There was something said at the very start of this game. It said this was a story about losing your way, and that is true. But it also said that this game was not a love story, and once again I do agree. However, this game may not be a love story, yet it is a story about love. About acceptance, and learning to love yourself and who you are. Moving on from the hardships of your past and finding your way, and your voice, and becoming a better person, which is something I'm sure most of us can relate to. We've all made mistakes over the course of our lives, but I hope most of us came out better for it. I'm sure we've all had a story in a game, a show, a book, in anything that has resonated with us more than anything. And for me, that was unbeatable. So I hope, even if this game doesn't move you like it did for me, you find that piece of media that moves you. Maybe it'll inspire you yourself to make something and pour your passion into it. And I hope you do. Get out there and create something magical. I'm sure you can do it. Just remember to never lose yourself and always remain unbeatable.
There's a nightmare that I got in my brain every as I fall again, with my eyes to the rain. My arms are broken on the asphalt, but it still feels the same. It still feels the same.